Your bank will never show a client the full cost of borrowing comparison, but you will, and you'll do it within seconds. Let's say your client calls and says, I got quoted half a point lower at TD or RBC or whatever. Like, it's happening all the time. Like, your stomach drops. You've already done the full deal. The full picture is more complicated, but you've got literally 30 seconds to respond before they think you're scrambling. And like the old way, like the current way for most, it's like they pull up the competitor's rate sheet, they manually compare the features, try to remember their penalty structure, draft a response, takes 20 minutes, maybe takes the day until they get that response back, and it's too late. Like, they're gone. You look at that same scenario and like consider AI. So you paste that scenario into a prompt that you have, like your objection prompt is what I call it. And in 60 seconds, you get a total cost of borrowing breakdown, a feature comparison, of the prepayment, the portability, the penalty structure, and professional response that positions the full picture in your tone. And if you're busy in a meeting, your assistant has that same prompt and writes that in your tone and sends it from your email. Just think of that one example. It's like so many people will just walk away for a rate like that. And you know what? 50 basis points, like, geez, like there's not a whole lot you can do to potentially win that deal from a value perspective. But I include in my objection prompt, like, I'm going to manage this mortgage for life. When there's an opportunity to drop your rate middle of your term, I'm going to call you to save you money, and your bank's not going to do that. And like, that's all stuff that's now included in this prompt. And that's just generated within 30 seconds and in their inbox. Like, as a client, you'd be like, holy smokes, like, wow. And again, you could have wrote that same email probably just as good, but it would have taken you 20, 30 minutes to put it together, and it would have happened at the end of the day, and it would have been too late is the main point. And your assistant would have never been able to do that for you.
You're getting speed of response, a very quick response that's going to highlight what you're going to do that's going to be different from a quote that they received or potential other avenues that mortgage may take them. And that speed of response where you're not having to sit and sift through everything to craft it, that's also allowing you to start pivoting your conversation over and start building further relationships and going even deeper with the client and locking in that relational standpoint even more. Efficiency creates time, which creates the ability to build human relationships and human connections. And that is a massive benefit that this whole world's providing.
100%. Like, in that case, like, the client doesn't just stay with you. They're going to be far more confident in you than before the call. Your bank will never show a client the full cost of borrowing comparison, but you will, and you'll do it within seconds. And like, I think that's where it just becomes a massive game changer. In that one example, that's an example of one prompt that I have that I've, saved in a library, what I call the prompt vault. And that's part of like what I want to make sure our brokers have access to. And in fact, like, that's why I put this course together that we're going to be rolling out very soon. The AI course, like, is access to that entire prompt vault. You open it up, you click one button, and it's copied.